Lanny Davis, former White House special counsel to President Bill Clinton and a Hillary Clinton supporter with me now. How you doing, Lanny? Nice to see you.
Doing great,
So
Bill.
it's good to get you back here. It's like a tennis ball going against the wall with you, okay? All right, here we go. When she took the job as Secretary of State, you know she signed an oath, right? And in that oath, whether classified or not, this admission could lead to criminal prosecution. So she knew from day one, private server, emails back and forth, what the outcome could be. Your defense on that is what today, Lanny?
Well, Mr. Justice Hemmer, on national television, could lead is a hypothetical possibility about somebody possibly being a criminal. I would suggest, rather than saying it that way, you would say the facts need to be determined before I will speculate about criminal charges. So here's what we know are facts.
Go.
Fact one, Secretary Powell, Secretary Rice, and Hillary Clinton retroactively, years later, documents or emails which Secretary Powell used in AOL.com private account, retroactively, years later, were deemed classified. Secretary Powell said that's ridiculous. Secretary Clinton said every email that I received or forwarded was not labeled classified, and that's the determination of legality.
I understand the defense you're making, but Colin Powell's not running for president. And neither is Condoleezza Rice.
Is that your distinction on legality?
As I understand it, nothing is marked classified. It might be top secret, but not classified, Lanny.
Whatever the level of classification, top secret, classified, whatever it is, it's got to be marked. And the only difference between Colin Powell, Condoleezza Rice, and Hillary Clinton on the issue you asked me about, could be prosecuted, is that none of them could be prosecuted because the law says that the document has to be labeled classified, and then there's a classified process. I sent you a Newsweek column that explains that.
Yeah, I saw it.
Not only is it the same as Colin Powell, but the Republicans don't mention, neither did Brett last night. Well, do you have any difference between yourself and Colin Powell, Madam Secretary? He didn't ask that question.
Okay, 4 of these 22 emails are labeled SAP, which essentially means they're too secret for even the FBI agents to see it. They are too secret for members of Congress to even view it. This is drone information. It's information about moles working in other countries. This is the top of the heap when it comes to our national secrets. Now,
so
Lanny,
I don't know what you mean by labeled SAP. What does SAP stand for?
Do you believe negligence is part of the law?
First of all, negligence is not part of the law. And secondly, she wasn't negligent any more than Colin Powell or Condi Rice was in forwarding emails. You referred to one. Let's stick with that one. On drones, she forwarded a New York Times published article. 2 or 3 years later, the overclassification mindset of certain people classified, believe it or not, Bill, an article published in the New York Times. And I don't know what you mean by SAP, but it's not a classified document if it says SAP. If you're questioning judgment of Colin Powell, Condoleezza Rice, and Hillary Clinton forwarding what they didn't regard as classified and there was no label on it, you're allowed to disagree with that, but don't say it might lead to criminal behavior because it didn't for them.
Reading from Judge Napolitano's piece from March 3rd, okay? SAP is a subcategory of top secret, and it constitutes the highest level of protected secrecy for the utmost protection of the government's gravest secrets. That's SAP.
Okay, well, if that's SAP, it's not classified. I've never heard until this moment that there was any problem with any email being labeled contrary to our classified system. It's only been about classified system.
Continuing, it is unheard of.
At least have the same standard on Colin Powell.
Let me finish.
Why are you not asking about Colin Powell?
Let me finish. It is unheard of for SAP-level data to reside in a non-secure, vulnerable venue, yet that is where Clinton caused 4 SAPs to reside, in her private server. I'll give you the last word, Lanny. Go.
I'll repeat. The double standard of your referring to Hillary Clinton and somehow suddenly we hear about an SAP non-classified document retroactively years later labeled it something, and you don't mention Condoleezza Rice and Secretary Powell because they're not running for president. I respectfully submit, you know I respect you greatly, Bill.
Yep.
That's a double standard.
General Hayden just last week said it is a fact, according to him, that the Russians were able to get access to that non-secure server. Lanny, there are more questions on this. I invite you back anytime you want, and we'll continue.
It is a
to
fact, by the way, that same thing for Secretary Powell. Thank you.
All right, thank you, Lanny. We'll talk soon, all right?
Thank you.